guys, so I am back in the wild outdoors, which, besides the sound of a chainsaw off in the distance, pretty remote. There's a road up here though. And what I wanted to do, since I'm back out here for a few days, is show you guys, is to finish that series I started last summer about the survival kit. And what I wanted to do is show you guys how to make a snare. So the first thing I have to do is find kind of a young sapling that one's a little stiff. Find a young sapling that's bendy enough. You know, the more bendy it is, sort of the easier your snare is going to be. That's essentially what you're looking for. And pull it all the way down, it'll snap back up. The more sort of off trail you are, the better your chances of finding what you want. Okay, so I'm going to use this one. It's a bit over my head. But what you can do, so the first thing you want to do is take your multi-tool, open it up, and just pull all these branches off and leaves, so all you're left with is a stick. So the easiest way to cut green wood, and stuff that's not just going to snap, is to sort of break it like that, and try to twist it, if you can, a couple of times. Like that, so you're left with sort of that. And then pick up your knife. And just cut through where you twist it. That's the best way to do it. There we go. So yeah, strip this entire thing down. See how I'm stripping everything off, so all you get is the branch. Okay, so after about 5 minutes of twisting and cutting and being very careful, this is what I have left. Just a twig, still on the ground, very green wood, very wet. That goes all the way up. Cutting a lot of stuff off of it. It's very bendy. And when you let it go, it springs back up. That's what you're looking for. So now what you need is a couple small sticks and a piece of string. And this is just the string that I got from the survival kit. It has 3 strands, and I guess you can unravel it if you're really desperate or if you really want to, but I usually don't like to. This kind of smooth, very strong braided stuff works really well. So one end of it you're going to tie into a loop and use that to make your snare. And then the other end of it you're going to tie around the stick. So if there's one knot you should know, here's the stick, here's the end of the stick, I'm holding it down. If there's one knot you should really know, it's how to tie a clove hitch. Okay, so that's a clove hitch, just a really simple little twist knot. Now a really important thing you should know how to do, and it makes a really strong knot, is to take those 2 strings that overlap there, like that, and actually make a knot in them. So that means taking this out and actually tying it to make kind of like a wrapped clove hitch, and that's a very, very, very strong knot. That's a knot once you pull it tight. Unless you cut it, you really cannot get it undone. So there's your little wrapped clove hitch done. I like to rotate it so it's under. And there, now it's attached to your big stick. And that's going to be the spring part of your trap. And the other side, the side you don't have on the end of the stick there, the other side you just tie into a little loop. And you stick the string through it and make a little snare. Now what you want to do is create a little mechanism that will hold this down to the ground and hold it like that under tension until something trips it. And for that you need a little trigger stick. It doesn't have to be very big. It has to be pretty strong though. Okay, so here's what I got for a trigger stick. It's just a little short piece of twig. It's got this little bump on it, which is nice because that'll keep the string right there. What you want to do is bring this down. Every time you do this, you have to sort of unwind this as you go. Take it up to maybe a little more than halfway. You're going to want to tie this on there so it sits just like that. Okay, so I just broke off some of the wood on the floor, took my knife and sharpened it. This is going to be the start of what you call your hoop. I also just sort of cleared this spot out a little. This is where I'm going to want my trap to sit. Just got rid of some of the liquid. So what you're going to do here is really drill these in as deep as you can. That looks pretty good. Okay, so here are the two sticks that I've sharpened and really drilled into the ground there. Should be, depending on the length of your trigger, a couple inches apart. What you're going to want to do now is take a green stick like this. You can break it or wrap it or twist it, doesn't really matter. Go like that. So you're making like the top of that gate. Okay, so I just used a very green stick and just wrapped it around and tied it. It doesn't matter so much how it looks on the ends, just as long as this middle part's pretty smooth. So when you look at it from the bottom, that's how it looks like. This is your little hoop, your little gate. Got your two sticks that are pretty anchored in there. And you have this bit on top. You can either take a third stick and use wire and tie it, or get a very long stick that has two bends in it, sharpen the ends and stick it in. I really hope that's not thunder. You've got your little hoop here, and it's pretty smooth in there so the string won't catch on it. So the last thing you want to do, take another stick, sharpen the edge. If it's a round stick, that's really nice. And this is going to be your sort of your trigger holder, because the space between those is the size of your snare that you're going to want. So really drill that in there. That sure it really stays. It'll stay, I think. That's your little rig. You've got your two sticks for your hoop and then your target stick. What you do is you bend this down. Here's how you set this thing. You need one more stick, but I'll show that later. You want to hold this down, just have it under my arm here. And basically what's going to happen, this is really simple, this is going to go under here and be held in place by a stick. When you let it up, see the tension on that? So that's basically how it's just going to work. It's just going to sit back there, and the snare is going to be open, like that. And that little prop stick's going to stay there. Grab a little, this is perfect, this is fine. You just need to grab one more stick that'll hold that in there and butt up against that. Hard to get it to balance. In a nutshell, that's basically it. So that thing is set now. And that's basically what you want. There you go. Caught. That is a caught animal. Again, it's a finicky set, but if you can get it set right, it's a great trap. Works really well. Sometimes the set's not great, but I'll work on that. Cheers.